Okay, everybody. We have got a storm rolling in, and I'm preparing for the storm, but I wanted to jump on here live. I was talking to one of Robert's aides, and she was saying she makes her own homemade butter. Well, I've never tried this before. And I know that they say don't overbeat heavy cream because it'll turn into butter. Well, I mean, the old-fashioned way of making homemade butter, real butter, is skimming the cream off the top of cow's milk after it settles and using that cream to make butter. Well, I use organic heavy cream, so I'm going to give this a try. I've never done it before, so bear with me and let's see what happens. Alright, so we just pour the heavy cream in there, and we just use a hand mixer or a mixer like this. And it says to start out at low speed and then increase your speed. And eventually, this is going to separate. Give me just a second because I need both hands for this. Okay, so eventually this is going to separate. So we're going to start out at a slow speed, and we're just going to let that mix up for a little bit. And I think it's going to take about 3 to 5 minutes. Like I said, this is my first time doing this, you guys, so if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Trial and error, right? I mean, I know how to make whipping cream, or whipped cream, and it's basically the same method, but you have got to go past the whipping cream point until it literally turns to butter. So I'm going to increase the speed. And we're just going to let this thing rip. Anybody ever made any homemade butter? I really wanted to try this because I love butter and I use a lot of butter. And in all actuality, I think it may be less expensive for me to make my own. I don't know. We're going to see. I don't even know how much butter this is going to make. And hopefully it does make butter. If anybody's got any secrets on this, drop them in the comments. I'm making homemade butter with organic heavy cream. This is my very first attempt. I usually buy this right here. It's a rolled butter, and that is like really a lot of butter. Okay, it's made by the Amish, and I put it in this container. I have to let it get soft and smash it down and put it in this container. But I really, really love this butter. But I just wanted to try to do this, and we're going to see what happens. It's not even peaking yet. We got to get past the peaking point of making whipped cream. And all I have in here right now is this organic heavy cream, and it's USDA organic. You add your salt in later. If this works, I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel, you guys. Fingers crossed. I'm excited. I am excited. I'm going to increase the speed all the way up. And I'm going to be making another chocolate cream pie today, too. Yesterday was my son's 41st birthday. Yep, he's 41. And he loves chocolate cream pie. Fingers crossed, you guys. Hope this works. Hope it works. I got faith. I got faith. So, anyone just jumping on, I am making homemade butter with organic heavy cream, or attempting to make homemade butter. I got faith. It's going to work. It's going to work. It's already starting to thicken up at this point. So, we're almost to the whipped cream point, and we got to go past that. And you'll see it separate. You'll have the butter and liquid, which is actually buttermilk that you can use for baking and cooking and all of that. So you get two things in one. Here we go. We're going to see. We're going to see. Oh, I'm excited. I love doing new things. And you know, another thing I love to do is add honey to my butter and cinnamon and different things like that. I love different flavored butters. Alright. This is, let me back up some. My lighting's not that great. I'm trying to get the better lighting here. Let's see. The winds are picking up out here, you guys. We got a major storm coming in. Hail's supposed to be bigger than golf balls. 80-mile-an-hour winds. Long train tornadoes. In other words, they're going to travel long distance. All the way from Houston to, I'm not sure where. The major part of the storm is actually supposed to hit at midnight and last till about 1 o'clock in the morning. So you guys pray for us. We're going to be battening down the hatches as much as we can. Anyway, I'm just trying to keep myself occupied and do something a little different. This is going to be homemade butter, hopefully. It hasn't separated yet. It should separate and make butter and buttermilk. I'm trying to get the lighting, but my lighting, it's shadowed. I can't help it. It should start separating pretty soon. My very first attempt at this, you guys, so we're going to see what it does. I wish I had better lighting. Not there yet. So, anybody live in the Houston, Texas area that I know? Anybody else in this storm area that's going to be coming through? Are y'all prepared for it? And if you're watching live, do me a favor and put in hashtag live in the comments. If you're watching the replay, please put in hashtag replay. And if you would, please spread the love around. Tag a friend in this that might be interested in learning how to do something like this. This is a learning experiment for myself. And if it works out, I will probably do it again and again and again. Because once I do something and I like it, I'm gonna do it for life, you know. I'm one of those people that I stick with things when I love them and it works out. So, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I'm keeping my fingers crossed here. It's not separating yet. It looks like it might be starting to. Looks like it might be starting to separate. So has anybody else ever made homemade butter? That is what I'm doing. And again, if you're watching live, please put in hashtag live in the comments. If you're watching the replay, please put in hashtag replay. And please spread this out to your friends. Maybe tag a friend. It would be greatly appreciated. I might even add some hemp oil to this. Some CBD oil. Because I can add just about anything I want to it to give it a flavor. And I have cinnamon CBD oil, so I may be adding that as well. It is starting to separate. I don't know if you can see that or not. It is starting to separate. See how it's breaking up on the side of the bowl? And you just keep doing this until the butter forms and it's going to actually get stuck in the mixer blades. But can you see the liquid at this point? Oh, this is fun. I'm excited. I am excited, you guys. Okay, I'm going to turn it down a little bit because it's starting to splatter. And I'm just going to keep it going. Yeah, it's starting to splatter everywhere. Alright. So we're going to go at a lower speed. And we're just going to keep going with it. I do have a splatter guard. I should have put that on it. That would have been nice before I started. I didn't think about it. Yeah, it's splattering, you guys. Hold on. Hold on. Just hold the phone 1 minute. I am going to pause this. Well, maybe. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know where my splatter guard is, so we are just going to go with it. I'm just going to keep going. If it splatters everywhere, it splatters everywhere. I'll just have a mess to clean up. But the butter is already forming. I don't know if you can see that, you guys. Let me stop it for a minute. You see how that butter is already forming? Okay, it's still not there yet, but it is forming. See there? That is like butter consistency. Oh my God. And that's so good. Alright, so we're going to keep going. We're almost there, you guys. And I am going to have kind of a mess, but that's okay. I'm actually thinking that that may be almost done. Almost done. I can see the butter actually inside the beater now, getting stuck up in there. So again, I'm making homemade butter. I've never done this before. This is my very first time. I wanted to give it a try. If you're watching the live, please put in hashtag live. And if you're watching the replay, please put in hashtag replay. And if you would, spread this out to your friends. I would greatly appreciate it. I actually think we're there. I think we have actually got butter. I think that's, yeah, because you have got to get all that out of there now and put it in ice water, which is going to stiffen up the butter even more. Oh my God, that is so good. That is good without even salt. I don't think I'm going to salt it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to get some ice water. And then I'll come back and I'll show you the next step. So hang tight. I'm just pausing the video. You guys, so here we go. At the last step. And what I'm going to do now is I am going to remove this from the beater. And I'm going to take and put the butter into the ice water. Okay. So I'm going to scoop it out with my little metal scooper and let as much of that buttermilk drain off as possible. Put the butter into the ice water, which is going to harden it up. Okay, and it's going to get the rest of the buttermilk off. Like so. And then the buttermilk, we're just going to save it. We're just going to save it, okay? So you put it in there and you kind of just take your butter and squish it. You just kind of squish it around and it's getting harder, okay? But you squish it around in the ice water to get all of your buttermilk off. And there you go. You let the water drain off. Okay, and you put it in a container or you form it into whatever you want to form it into. And there you go, you guys. You got your homemade butter. Isn't that cool? I love it. Okay, you guys. That's it for today. I will talk to y'all later.